How to get a man hooked during the talking stage. Honestly, this is like the easiest thing ever, but I feel like everyone is just doing it wrong. Girls, I'm here to help y'all. Keep listening because getting a man hooked is so freaking easy, but somehow we still manage to mess it up because we're always in our feminine energy, which is not a bad thing. But y'all gotta understand that men are not women. I mean, there are men who act like women sometimes, but in reality, men think differently, men behave differently, men react differently. They don't think the way we do. They don't behave the way we do. So that's why you gotta think like a man. Behave like a woman, but think like a man. Your actions, if you want to get that man hooked, you gotta think like him. You gotta understand where you're going with this. So many of you guys get into the situationship, or you guys start talking to someone, and then all of a sudden you guys start doing all of this shit that it makes the guy want to just not chase you. He's not attracted to you anymore. Because here's the thing about men. Men are hunters. They love the chase. No matter what they say, no matter how much they will try to disagree with me on this, they love a woman they actually worked on. They like women who they actually put effort into. They like women who are bitches. I'm sorry, but that is just so freaking true. I have seen this on and on in my life. This has worked for me. This has worked for my friends. Men are hunters. They like chasing. They value things that they worked hard on. It's just like getting a car. You give them a free car, they'll treat it like shit. But the minute they find a woman who they know is hard to get, they're gonna put in so much effort, they're gonna do everything possible just to get the girl, and they value that girl. As long as she values herself in the process. Let's not forget about that, okay? But anyways, first things first, match his energy. It is, oh my goodness, this is so basic. I will never understand why some of you guys overly invest in a man who's not invested in you. Emotional labor, time. Why are some of you guys talking about relationships with this guy? This guy hasn't invested in you yet. This guy is not taking you out on dates. This guy is not asking you about your day. He's not interested in solving your problems. He's not interested in making your life better. But then here you are cooking, cleaning, helping him solve his problems, listening to his problems, listening to what went wrong with his car in 2015, listening to all of the shit that's happening with his friends. You're all ears. But he does not give a shit about you. The minute you guys have some kind of conflict, the minute you guys are going through a fight, it's you who's sitting there and being like, oh, we gotta talk about this. Maybe it's childhood trauma that we need to heal. We need to do this. We need to do that. Listen, men aren't stupid. Men aren't stupid. They are stupid, but they're not that stupid. When a man wants a woman, when he's genuinely interested in a woman, he knows exactly what to do to get her. There is no such thing as, oh, I've never been in a relationship, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. Trust me, they know. I once spoke to my guy friend. I asked him, like, do you get flowers often? Do you open doors? Do you do all of that? And he was like, no. Why would I do that? If that's my girl, if this is a girl that I really want, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get her. But if she's somewhat easy and she's okay with the bare minimum, obviously the next time I see her, I'm not going to do much for her because I just know I can get away with the bare minimum. Do not let men get away with the bare minimum. And do not overly invest in a man who's not invested in you. Why would you want that? Why would you want to invest in a man who does not put in his time, energy, or effort into you? If you want a man to put in all of those things, your behavior counts. Okay, number 2, you gotta give him his space. Listen, here's one thing about men. Men love their space. They're not like us. We're very easily clingy. We get attached too easily. We want to spend time with them. We want to know what they're doing. We just want everything so quick, so fast because we're women and it's okay. Not everyone's like that, but most of us girls, we're just women. It's normal. But please, do not take away that man's freedom. No matter how old they are, men love their freedom. And the minute you start taking him out of his comfort zone, the minute he feels like you're just putting him in a box, he's gonna realize that he doesn't have his freedom anymore. Men are like little boys. No matter how old they are, they love their freedom. Do not steal his freedom away. Most men, they have avoidant attachment styles. Most women have anxious attachment style, and men with avoidant attachment styles, they will run away the minute they feel like their freedom has been taken away. Even men who do not have avoidant attachment styles, they still will run away if they feel like they're being forced into doing things. They feel like they don't have their freedom anymore. They don't have their space. Men love their space. And honestly, any woman who loves being by herself, any woman who loves her own space will understand this. But most of us women, we love being with our friends. We love doing something. We don't give ourselves a lot of alone time, which is really bad. So that's why it's very important to give a man his space. Because the hormone, vasopressin, the hormone that binds men to women, the hormone that makes men fall in love, that shows up in your absence. So it is good to be absent sometimes. You do not have to see him every day. You do not have to text him every day. This whole thing with texting every single day 24/7, you're not giving him a chance to see how life is without you. You're basically just choking him. Don't do that. Let him miss you. Let him live a day without you. Cancel plans sometimes. Just tell him, no, I can't see you today. I gotta walk my fish. I don't care what you gotta do. Let that man miss you, because when you're overly available, they do not value your time. The minute they feel like, oh, she's always gonna be there, that's when you start becoming plan B. Have you ever noticed that men respect women? I have seen this. I have done this. There were times when I was overly available for men and they would start taking my time for granted. But the minute I started becoming busy with my own life, I had so much shit going on, I had no time to breathe. All of a sudden, everyone wants to freaking meet me. Everyone wants to lick my ass. Everyone wants to just be near me. Because men, they love, they attract, they are seduced by your absence. They love it when you're not around, because that's when they realize, because they get that time to think about you, to miss you. When you're 24/7 near, they don't really value you much because you're always there. Like, what do they have to miss? Because they can always see you tomorrow. Like, if he misses you even for a second while he's at work, it doesn't matter, because he's gonna see you tonight anyways, because you're overly available. He knows that the minute he calls, you're out the door. Don't do that. Do not do that. Be busy with your own life. Do things with your friends. Go out to see, I don't know, a freaking Nemo. Find Nemo. I don't know. Just be busy. Stop being overly available. Number 3, actions speak louder than words. Make sure he knows that. Because men, here's the thing about men, they will try to get what they want with minimum effort, and it's normal. It's normal human behavior. We will try to do the easiest thing possible to get the goal that we want, to reach the goal that we desire. Men do the same thing with women. They will try to do the bare minimum. They will try to do the bare minimum to get what they want. So if he wants to just sleep with you, he will do the bare minimum. If he wants to just, I don't know, see what kind of potential you guys have, he will do the bare minimum. So do not make him think that he can get away with the bare minimum. Make him put in effort. Do not be overly available. Do not overly invest in him. Do not make him feel like he can get away with not doing anything and you'll still be there. There was this one guy, he was a very high value man, but he also had this really bad habit of getting women very easily, and he thought he could get away with that with every single girl. And I noticed that. I noticed this red flag from the first date. The minute we sat at that restaurant, the minute we started talking, the minute we started just engaging in normal conversation, I realized that this man is so used to getting his way because he's successful, he's handsome, he's got his life together. Any woman would be attracted to this man. But his behavior, he is just so used to that he thought he could get away with doing that with me. He thought he could get away with doing that shit with me. But sorry, I've done that, I've been through that, I'm not doing that shit again. I had to, through my actions, I had to make sure that he knew that I'm not going to let him get away with it. I'm not telling you to go up to him and be like, you know what? You didn't do this for me, so this is not effort. I am not going to do this for you. I'm not going to be blah, blah, blah. No, stop. You gotta show it through your actions. I will never flirt with a man until he invests in me, you know, like take me out on dates, buy me something, get me a gift without a reason, give me flowers, make my life easier, solve a problem for me. When he does those things, that's when I can freely flirt with someone. I would never get all cutesy and flirty with a guy just because we went on a date and he didn't do anything other than that. When a man is genuinely interested in you, when he is genuinely attracted to you, he would want to do things for you. Trust me. A man who genuinely likes you will not see you suffering. You can suffer without a man. Why would you need a man? Why would you want to be with a man if he's not going to make your life easy? Men are supposed to solve your problems. Men are supposed to be there for you. Obviously, you can do it all by yourself. I'm not saying we can't do it. Honey, I'm strong. I'm a strong woman. I've done a lot of things on my own. At least in this lifetime, I've done a lot. But the minute a strong man came into my life, I became a freaking cat. I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm in my feminine energy. I'm not in my masculine energy or trying to be independent, trying to do everything on my own. It's not that I'm not capable of doing it. I can do it, but I would let him do it. Because why not? Why would I open a jar that's very tightly closed when there's a man standing next to me? Why would I open a heavy door when I'm literally walking with a man? Why would I stand in a queue when I'm with a man? Why would I try to solve any problem when there's a man? Trust me, I have dated so many guys in my life, just talking, going out on dates, and I've realized men with good intentions, high value men, men who can actually add good value to your life, they will try to make your life better. They will, one time I went on this date. On the first date, this guy was like, I'm very interested in you, and just tell me what I can do for you. And I was like, there's nothing you can do for me. And then he was like, no, women are usually just shy, but there's always something I can do. There's always something we men can do to make your lives easy. This is the man who changed my mindset, by the way. I will never forget this man. And then all of these things just popped up in my head. I'm like, oh my goodness, like they're tiny things, but these tiny things can change my life. The light in my house was broken. I told him about it. The same day after the date, he went to the shop, got a new light bulb, fixed it. I told him, I have a really hard time carrying these big water bottles. He was like, no problem. Every 3 days, whenever we used to meet, he would get 2 big bottles of water, 5 liters, put them in my house, and he's like, okay, I'm out. Let his actions speak. Do not fall for this, oh, I wanted to buy flowers, but the shop was closed. I wanted to do this for you. I wanted to do that for you. No. Once he does it, you appreciate him. Listen, I'm sorry. This might sound very ugly, but men are like dogs. Okay? They need positive reinforcement. They love when they do something and we clap for them. They love it. They love it. They love positive reinforcement. And honestly, any man is trainable. Any man is trainable. I've done this. I've been doing it my whole life. Men are trainable. They love when they get compliments. They love when they are appreciated. They love when we tell them thank you and make them feel powerful. They love when we make them feel like heroes. But you don't make a man feel like a hero just like that when he does nothing. Not just sit in bed. He got your McDonald's while he was on the way home, and you're just gonna be like, oh my goodness, thank you. You got me McDonald's. No. Tell him, oh my goodness, I was hungry. Thank you so much. That's it. Do not be like, oh my goodness, thank you so much for getting... No, stop. Ew. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Be mysterious. Honey, no one needs to know that your ex cheated on you. No one needs to know your ex still owes you $10,000. No one needs to know a bad day that happened with you. No. This man is supposed to look at you like you are the queen. This man is supposed to value you. The minute you start telling him about how other men treated you like shit, this man is gonna be like, oh, okay. No, don't ever do that. This is one of the biggest mistakes I've ever done when I was in my 20s. I mean, I'm still in my 20s, my early 20s. When I was 20, 21, I would literally start telling everything. Like, my ex did this, my ex did that. And I thought we were making, we were having a good connection. We're just making conversation. It's funny. No. They will use this information against you. They will use what your ex did as a checkpoint. Do not ever tell a new guy the way your ex treated you if your ex treated you badly. The only thing I do right now when I'm out on dates, I'm always like, oh my goodness. If the conversation ever comes up, if a conversation that is similar to this topic ever comes up, I'm always like, oh my goodness, he got me 101 roses. He got me Cartier for my birthday. He did this for me. I would always talk good about my exes, even though sometimes some of my exes aren't the best, but I don't give a shit. I will talk about the good exes. I will always talk about how well I was treated in my past relationships. It doesn't matter why it ended, but I was treated well. So he knows that I'm used to princess treatment. I'm not used to all of these players. I'm not used to men using me. I'm not used to any of those shit. Maybe I went through that, but he would never know. No one needs to know. Stop. Don't tell him what you're up to. Do not tell him all of the bad experiences you had in your life. It's not interesting. Do not set the bar so low, because the minute you tell him, oh my goodness, my ex never got me flowers, he's gonna think getting flowers is a big deal for you. Do not ever overreact when you get flowers. Be grateful. Humble yourself. Be grateful for the flowers that he got you, to the fact that he opened the door for you. Be grateful that he fixed something in the house for you. But do not ever compare him and be like, oh my goodness, my ex never did that. You're amazing. You're such a hero. No. No, if you want to make him feel like a hero, just be like, oh, thank you so much. Doing all of this all on my own is kind of difficult, and I feel like you just made my life easy. Thank you so much. And you change the topic. Do not let him sit over there and be like, oh yeah? What else? No. You give a compliment and you're out and you're done. And that's it. Okay? Okay. Number 5, setting boundaries. The minute you let this man overstep your boundaries in the beginning, it's going to be very difficult to change it later on. Be clear with your boundaries. Set them boundaries so that he knows not to mess with you, not to play with you. Because sometimes when your boundaries aren't clear, men love overstepping boundaries. Like I said earlier, men love doing the bare minimum. Men love doing nothing in order to get what they want. Men love testing the waters. They do that, and they do it on purpose. We women do it as well. Let's be honest. We do it. Set clear boundaries. You don't have to write him a whole message on Instagram or Telegram, wherever the hell you guys are talking. You don't have to be like, oh, you know what? These are my boundaries. 9 o'clock I'm supposed to be home. 10 I'm supposed to do this. You can't talk to me this way. You can't do that. No. Through actions. Through your energy. When he's pulling back, you're pulling back. No plans are made after 9 p.m. You want to see me? Let me know a few days prior to the date or a day before. Any date that you're planning less than 24-hour notice, no. No. Last minute plans, no. These are my boundaries. I don't like meeting men late at night. I don't want to go to a bar or a pub on the first date. I don't want to do this, that, this. These are my boundaries. The minute he starts acting funny, for example, he ghosted you and he comes back, don't act offended. Do not be offended. But you gotta have that attitude. The attitude I'm talking about is you didn't even realize that he was gone. But then the fact that he left and he thinks he can come back easily. But this time it's gonna be much more harder for him to even come close to you because of what he did. You gotta set your boundaries clear from the get-go. He's got to understand that he cannot mess with you. He got to understand that he cannot just get away with anything with you. Because men, they will disrespect you. They will try to do things that you will not like. So you got to be clear with your boundaries from the get-go. Number 6, be mean. Be mean. Men love mean women. If you think they like nice girls, I'm not saying be a bitch all the time. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is be mean. Say no. Men, psychologically, we as humans have this very unique attraction to the word no, to rejection. We take that shit very personally. And then we try even more harder. That's why I'm saying be mean. Do not always be nice. If he says something rude to you, that's where you set your boundary and you leave. But be mean to him. Don't always be nice. Sometimes be dry. It's okay. Be unpredictable. He's got to know that you're not always going to be in a good mood. You're not always going to be like, aha, hee hee. No. Let that man wake up in the morning and think to himself, is this woman in a good mood or a bad mood today? Is she going to flirt with me today or not? Is she going to be cutesy with me in tonight's dinner or not? Do not be predictable. Because when a man knows what's next, it's not interesting. It's just like watching a TV series. When you know what the ending is, the first few seasons aren't that interesting. So be mean, be mysterious. And the last one is break his routine. Men most of the time would want to see you when they are free. They won't go out of their way to make time for you. They will literally put their friends above the woman that they're seeing. And obviously in the beginning it's normal. I would advise everyone to do the same. Your plans comes first. But if you want to get that man hooked, you got to break his routine. You got to do something so repetitive that reminds him of you. What I do personally is I would just text from 8 to 10 p.m. That's when I'm usually active. So this man knows that he's got to be in bed by 9 so that he can text me from 9 to 10. That's when I'm actively available. That's when I will reply within seconds. During the day, I'm busy. I'm at the gym. I'm boxing. I'm working. I'm studying. I'm doing all of that stuff. I don't got the time for all this. He knows. Men who talk to me, they know that I'm usually free from 8 to 9 if this is about texting. But if you want to see me, you want to go out on a date, obviously I'm going to have to take 3 hours out of my day to see you. That is with getting ready. You got to tell me in advance. And then usually on the weekends I go out. I don't go out on the weekdays. You got to break his routine. You got to make sure that he gets used to that routine, because when you're absent, he will miss you. He will crave that attention from you. He will wonder where you are, what are you doing, just in case you guys stop talking. Now, these are the kind of things that gets a man hooked. Now, take my advice if you want to. Do not take it if you want to. This is just how things work for me and has worked for my friends. I am speaking from my experience and the way I think, with the help of my guy friends. It's totally up to you if you want to do it or not. So yeah, see you guys in my next video.